New Tennessee Titans free agent cornerback Alontae Taylor is an absolute beast. And I'm going to show you what I saw on tape in today's film breakdown from Tic Tac Titans. Titans fans, welcome into another film breakdown from Tic Tac Titans, your home for Tennessee Titans X's and O's. I am your host, Tyler Rowland. 27 years as a Tennessee Titans fanatic. I've covered the team for Sports Illustrated, USA Today, and I'm a certified film junkie who's hosted the #1 Tennessee Titans podcast, Locked On Titans, for 7 seasons. In today's film breakdown, we are going to take a look at new Tennessee Titans cornerback Alontae Taylor because he is an absolute physical beast. In the secondary, we're going to look at 3 critical areas. 1, the physicality that he plays with when he's attacking the backfield, getting after ball carriers and wide receivers. Also, we're going to look at Alontae Taylor in coverage, in zone coverage first, and then in man coverage after that. Taylor is big enough, physical enough, strong enough to pretty much do anything, whether in the outside position, whether in the slot as well. And I think regularly for the Titans, he is going to be the slot player in Robert Saleh's 4-2-5 packages. But with that being said, make sure that you get subscribed, stay subscribed for year-round free Tennessee Titans film content. You pair up the #1 Titans podcast in the world, Locked On Titans, with the film content here on the Tic Tac Titans YouTube channel. You're going to be the smartest, most informed, most entertained Tennessee Titans fan that you could possibly be. Throw a thumbs up on the video, throw a Titan up down in the chat, and with that being said, as we always do, let's step into the film room. First thing that stands out on Alontae Taylor's tape is that he is an absolute physical specimen. He loves contact. He's great in any kind of physical altercation, and that's why he's so damn good in the slot. We have Alontae Taylor right here, and what he's going to do is he's going to blitz off the edge, and he just absolutely dominates the tight end on the edge of the line of scrimmage, gets right around him, and is able to get to the quarterback for a sack. I had initially thought that Alontae Taylor would be used as an outside cornerback for the Tennessee Titans, but I have to tell you, after going through the tape, I think it would just be a waste of his talents to use him outside. He needs to be Robert Saleh's slot in his 4-2-5 packages. He's just so physical against the run out of the slot, so good at blitzing out of the slot, and we see it right here. Another example right here of Alontae Taylor just being a physical beast out of the slot. You're going to have him right here. And look, he can function as essentially a linebacker at his size, 6'1", 200 pounds. And quite frankly, it's a demeanor type thing for Alontae Taylor. Whether he's this big, that big, whatever, it's just the mentality that he has when he's playing that makes him who he is. We're going to see him shoot through this gap right here, get into the backfield, and get a tackle for loss. Shoots right through the gap, and he's physical enough to get the running back on the ground. Like, this is a guy who does not miss a lot of tackles. Boom. Look how he shoots through the gap, and not only does he shoot through the gap with speed, but he has the size and the power to lay a blow as well. Bam! He pops the running back, gets him down on the ground with some help from his friends. Another one here, we're going to have a jet sweep from the wide receiver. And it's his responsibility. He's in man coverage right here, so he has to go with him. But once he notices that it's a run play, he comes up and the wide receiver bobbles the ball a little bit, and Taylor is, boom, on him like that to knock the ball out of his hands, force a turnover, and get the ball back to his offense. Pop! Look at that, man. Just absolutely smacks guys out there on the field. I love seeing this from a defensive back. Look at him. Boom, 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 boom! Not a chance. Leaving that ball for my friends there. Celebrate a little, Tay. All right, here's one against the Tennessee Titans. We're going to have another opportunity for Alontae Taylor, who's right here, to blitz. All right, he's going to come inside and get pressure on Cam Ward. But one thing that we're going to see more in the man in the zone segments of today's film breakdown is Alontae Taylor's IQ. He is just a really, really smart football player, and I'm very excited about him in Robert Saleh's complex zone schemes. But look how he throws his hands up. He's signaling to his teammates, communicating that the assignments have changed with the wide receiver coming in motion. And can we never see James Prochet out there on the field for Cam Ward as a weapon ever again? Like, just side note with that. But smart enough to change the assignment, which flips this man to the tight end, this man to the wide receiver. And instead of this guy being the blitzer, now it flips to Alontae Taylor, who's going to be the blitzer, who is obviously one of the better blitzers and physical players from the slot in the NFL. So smart recognition right there, an IQ from Alontae Taylor. And then he comes down, avoids the running back and pass pro, gets a nice hit on Cam Ward, and forces an incompletion. Again, Tyjae Spears is not a bad pass protecting running back, but woo, see how Taylor dips the shoulder right there to get right by him? He makes himself skinny, so he's not an easy target to hit. Slides the shoulder underneath, total whiff by Tyjae Spears, and it's home free to the quarterback to knock it away. Physical. Now, we'll talk about Alontae Taylor in zone coverage, because while I do believe he is best used in the slot, in base defense, he can still be a starting outside cornerback. He has the size and the vision to do it. And in Robert Saleh's defensive scheme, which if you don't know enough about that, I have a video here on the channel breaking down Robert Saleh's cover 3, cover 4 defensive scheme. But Alontae Taylor is going to have to play outside in the base defense, and you're going to see him right here as the outside corner. And what the Saints are running here is cover 3 coverage. So you're going to have Alontae Taylor in a deep third right here. This safety is going to get back to middle deep third, and then this safety, which this is called a cloud coverage, is going to take one of the outside thirds as well. But what happens is the outside receiver runs kind of a skinny post in route right in here, and Taylor has great vision, great understanding of what he's seeing. That's why he's so good in zone coverage, and he's just going to read the quarterback's eyes, break on the football, and get an interception. Backpedal, eyes on the quarterback. Baker Mayfield loads up, and Taylor beats him to the spot. I mean, you can't play it much better than that. Staying in your backpedal, staying patient, eyes to the quarterback, read the break of the receiver. Physical, too. Again, the physicality shows up everywhere. Look how he nudges him off. That's clean. That's legal. Alontae Taylor has just as much right to that football as the wide receiver does. Beats him to the spot, gets an interception, returns it, and what a dog with no gloves out there in the middle of the rain. Like, that's real stuff right there. Love seeing that. So he's got the ability to play in the slot. That's where he's at his best, but certainly capable of playing outside, deep thirds, in quarters, all of that. Now, it's hard to know without being in the huddle, knowing the exact call, but this looks like a match cover 4, in my opinion, and we're going to have Alontae Taylor in the slot. Again, he's so smart in zone coverage, understanding route concepts, reading the quarterback's eyes, expecting what the offense is going to do. So in this cover 4 right here, you're going to have cover 4 here, cover 4 here, cover 4 here, and cover 4 here. And obviously, as we've talked about a lot on the channel, in these cover 4 coverages in the NFL, they turn into match concepts. So depending on how the wide receivers align, what the offense does, what the weekly adjustments are, they're going to turn this into man coverage. This safety has a quarter, but if nobody threatens vertically, then he's going to come down inside and look to take away anybody coming over in a crosser or anything like that. Well, Alontae Taylor is playing the curl flat in this cover 4. So his responsibility is right here, but he is going to play Bryce Young so perfectly. What he's going to do is, because it's something that he does a lot, he's going to fake like he's blitzing, okay? And when he does that, he makes Bryce Young think, okay, he's going to come on the blitz, or at minimum, he's going to be down far inside. And Bryce Young, I don't remember if it's this guy or this guy, Bryce Young is thinking, okay, I'm going to have my deep out route outside. There's no way that Alontae Taylor is going to get back there in time, but he just plays cat and mouse with him so perfectly. Watch him. Boom, I'm coming, right before the snap. And he just has such a great understanding, and the game is going so slow for him that he can play these kind of games, but then he backs out. And he tries to hit ends up being a deep out right here, the outside guy even. Had 3 options. I picked both the wrong ones, but he's right there to take it away. Like, literally perfect. Playing the game with him. Easy money. Interception. Like, again, just fantastic mental ability here. Look how he cheats inside, plays the game, freaks out Bryce Young, makes him think he's inside, and then when this outside curl sits down right here, he's already back in his curl flat to get underneath of it. This is excellent stuff. drop underneath it. Physical with the vertical route too. Again, the physicality shows up everywhere. Physical, knock you off your timing, slide underneath, make the interception, turn upfield, our ball. Again, Alontae Taylor never caught off guard. We have another cover 3 coverage from the Saints where you're going to have deep third here, middle third here, deep third here, and that's going to leave Alontae Taylor in the curl flat position down here. And the Titans are running a wide receiver screen. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to fake this wide receiver screen and then slide somebody vertically down the sideline, and they're trying to get Taylor and everybody to bite up so that they can hit a chunk play. And Alontae Taylor just simply not fooled by the Tennessee Titans offense here. Fake it, but Alontae Taylor, again, not fooled. All right, fine. I'm going to be here. Cam needs to throw a better ball here or just get this to Chimdike. But Alontae Taylor plays this absolutely perfectly right here. And watch him slide underneath as the guy runs the rail route up the sideline and almost gets another interception. Woo! Very close to getting another pick. Again, he just plays it perfectly and understands what the offense is trying to do. Almost gets that pick right there on Cam. Glad he didn't. Another example of zone coverage and just spatial awareness from Alontae Taylor. He's right here in the slot. Okay, the Bears are going to bring a wide receiver in motion over to his side. Look how he takes away both those routes. So he rides with 2 with DJ Moore right here for a little bit, just enough to make sure you can't get a quick pass to him and then pass him off to your defenders back here. All right, now his responsibility becomes number 15, and he takes that away as well. With him outside, zigs back in, waits until he gets to the linebackers area of the zone. Okay, now I'm going to pass him off. Now I'm going to switch to my third guy of the play and check this running back as Caleb Williams is coming out here. Again, great zone awareness, route awareness. But now he realizes, oh, okay, Caleb Williams is turning away. I no longer have to worry about this guy, and this man is running free down here. So now I'm going to go back to him, my 4th assignment of the play, pick him up plaster in a scramble situation, and make sure that there's not an easy open receiver in the end zone and rides him into the middle. And now he's on him plastering, taking care of man coverage like you need to do in scramble drills. Again, just the IQ, the awareness of Alontae Taylor, outside of the physicality, the ability in zone, the ability in man, the awareness out on the field really stood out to me. Now, to cap things off, we'll look at Alontae Taylor in man coverage. Now, here's what I would say. He is better as a physical guy in the slot, better in zone coverage than he is in man coverage. I don't want Alontae Taylor to be a pure man cover corner. That's not where he's at his best, because you take away that route recognition, that IQ, that awareness, that spatial awareness. But he's not fully incapable either. What we're going to see is Chris Godwin on a skinny post right here out of the slot, and Alontae Taylor is going to read it perfectly for a pass breakup. Right with him, physical at the stem of the route, which is a big part of his game. Doesn't foul though, doesn't commit a penalty, and is right there to knock it away. And I love the thumbs down, one of my favorite celebrations. We'll see it in the top right hand of the corner. Boom. Right with him. Makes a play on the ball with length. Thumbs down. Love that, baby. Love that right there. Here's another example of the IQ from Alontae Taylor as well, this time in man coverage. So the Jets are going to bring a wide receiver in motion from the outside. Do you see Alontae Taylor right now? He is talking to his outside corner, telling him, hey, we are going to flop these matchups as they happen. You know, he's communicating to him which guy he's going to take. So when the Jets bring the zone coverage in, he takes the motion, man. He is pointing to the outside right there. If we go back and watch his hands, he is communicating to his cornerback, hey, you have the outside guy. That's why he's hitting his hip like that. Boom. He's hitting his outside hip, letting him know you take the outside releasing guy. So that leaves Adonai Mitchell out, and then Alontae Taylor mans up against the slot right here that came in motion. And he's right on him. And look, this is where the quarterback wants to go. The quarterback wants to go to this quick sit-down route and keep the chains moving, keep the drive going, good chunks of yards, and he can't because Alontae Taylor is right there. And when the quarterback doesn't have his first option, what he does is he panics. He goes to the middle of the field, there's a robber there, and it turns into an interception. So the fact that Alontae Taylor was able to communicate with his outside corner, make sure that the matchups were set up properly, take away the first read on the play. It allows the defense to get a turnover because the quarterback then has to panic, feet aren't lined up, goes to his third option, doesn't see the robber, turns into a turnover, and it all started because of Alontae Taylor's mind. And I think that is really what's most impressive to me. Now, against the Tennessee Titans, man coverage. One of my issues with Okonkwo on the Titans is his presence on the field. We talk about, hey, if you go into 2 tight end sets, you go into 3 tight end sets, that's going to force the defense to go into base. That's going to force the defense to go super heavy. Well, you know, teams really weren't that worried about Okonkwo being out on the field and that affecting their personnel. So they're going to have Alontae Taylor just play man coverage on Okonkwo, and Okonkwo is going to run a deep crossing route right here. And as you would expect, a cornerback against a tight end, is not a good enough route runner to consistently beat cornerbacks like this. Alontae Taylor just completely erases Chig here. Look, physical with him at the stem, fast enough to cut underneath him. Chig is fast, but he's not as fast as real wide receivers and real cornerbacks and stuff. Like, one of the most overrated Titans of the last few years. Good riddance. But Alontae Taylor just completely eliminates him from the play. He gets physical with him at the end, too, to let him know, like, you're not doing anything on me. Now, this last play is another one against the Titans. Taylor really had a good game against the Titans, but it's going to start out as zone coverage. But what happens in a lot of zone coverages is it turns into match. It turns into man. And we're going to see Alec Iomanor come out here, get shut down, and then try to bend out on the scramble drill. And once Alontae Taylor plasters to him, there's just nowhere for him to go, and ultimately he gets the pass breakup. It's zone, all right. They're both right there, but now it's time to plaster. It becomes man coverage. And he's on him, recovers. And Alec Iomanor is a big player, 6'2", 6'3", 200 pounds. Look at Alontae Taylor get back and knock the pass away. Really, really good stuff. Miss watching Cam Ward play football, I'll say that. But boom, makes the play on the ball. Again, the physicality shows up throughout the entire tape. Titans fans, I hope you guys enjoyed that film breakdown on Alontae Taylor. Again, whether it's the physicality that he plays with, the intelligence that he plays with, man, zone, slot, outside, he can do it all. And that's why the Titans paid him $20 million a year. But with that being said, again, make sure that you get subscribed, stay subscribed. I'm going to have a ton more free agency content here on the channel. Now I'm getting ready to dive into Jackson Slater and Andrew Slotman, who can really be the Tennessee Titans starting center if that's the 2 options. Gonna take a look at Cordell Flott as well. But again, make sure you get subscribed. Stay subscribed. Year-round free Tennessee Titans film content here on the channel. Thumbs up on the video. Tighten up down in the chat. And as I tell you, every single episode, tighten up.